are committed to your New Year's resolution, maybe it's a low carb or keto diet. We have so many great products throughout your Muscatine Hy-Vee store that are lower in carbs and sugar and things that fit the keto diet. So stop by our health market. You can take a tour of the store with Hy-Vee dietitian Kara Zigerman, and we've just got a lot of great resources for you. If you're committed to a New Year's resolution, we can help. Of course, our produce department is fantastic, the meat department, and so on. New year, new you, everything you need right here for Muscatine Hy-Vee.
How we're going to face down in the middle of the show.
Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
It's too quiet in here, y'all. Welcome to the Hy-Vee Today show. It's Tony Tone. I'll tell you what a difference a day makes. Yesterday, we were here on Tuesday. It's full house. like I'm doing the show and I'm hearing people having a good time, eating breakfast, gathering together, and it is quiet in here. So, and I want to mention this. We were talking about it off the air. If you're out there, we do the show live at 8:30 inside the Market Grill Express. I want nothing more than a full house one morning at the bar, or you could sit right next to where where we're at, and hang out. So if you watch the show, even if you watch it on cable at night, 7:30 or 10:30 on Channel 5, and you want to come in and see the magic, see how much makeup I really don't have on, please come and grab a booth and hang out. Steve will write you a note. Are you saying I need more HD makeup? Somebody asked me that. What HD makeup do you wear? And I was like, no, I don't. And then I was like, wait, should I? Then I got really self-conscious. And I was like, do I need HD makeup? Yeah. Thank you. I have a natural glow. I'm just naturally pale is my thing. I'm excited about a couple of things. So I've talked about this every day this week so far, and I'll continue. If you're on a New Year's resolution diet, low carb, and it doesn't have to be keto, because I know whatever. If it's a low carb, if you're on a diet, you're looking for fun recipes, join the Muscatine Hy-Vee Keto Facebook group. We're coming in on 300 members in like 5 days, which is cool. A lot of folks sharing things they find in the store that are surprisingly like lower in carbs and stuff. And then I'm trying to post stuff. Chad, in that group, I posted what I had for dinner last night, which was crazy. So right there, if you click on that +4, this was nuts. So I hadn't really ever tried a lot of like zucchini noodles or zoodles, but it was fantastic. Like it was really good. So a little bit and it was a frozen product, but ultra low carb, right? No sugar. Threw it in the microwave, baked some meatballs, and it was fantastic. So can you click on the picture so we can show the peeps just what that looked like? I'm not trying to say I'm a chef or anything, because I'm not, but I think I prepared that in 25 minutes, and that's all it took to cook the meatballs, 6 minutes for the zucchini noodles in the microwave, and then the sauce was just ready to go. So that was easy. So if you're doing that, get on that Facebook group, Muscatine Hy-Vee Keto, and I have to approve everybody that joins it, but it just takes a press of a button, and you're all set. The last thing I'll say, Wellness Wednesday going on today. As we were getting ready to do the show, ran over to the health market, found one of our Muscatine Hy-Vee Keto group members looking for some of the different low carb, low sugar bars, and then I pointed out a couple other items to her, and so that was great. So 10% off everything in the health market and health and beauty care items. So maybe you need makeup. Maybe I should buy makeup. I could save 10% off today. Or it's anything healthy or organic produce. So a lot of folks have been taking advantage of Wellness Wednesday for years. If you're doing that New Year's resolution, you're trying to make a change, put this in your, file this away. If you can't make it in today, come in and see us next Wednesday, because it'll be ongoing for a while. All right. All that being said, let's get to our guests patiently waiting. And there's the zoodles. I wish the plate was a little cleaner. Right? I was like, I could have cleaned the plate up a little bit, but I'm not a chef. But yeah, so meatballs, no sugar, super low carb, zoodles, Parmesan cheese, that marinara sauce. I think I even had a picture of the stuff I used. Yeah, there you go. Listen, I'm no expert, but when I did keto in June of 2018, I'd cut 105 pounds, gained some back, and I'm down about 16 since last Monday. So I'm not a rocket surgeon, but it's working for me, and it's helping other people, so why not talk about it? And that's why we got that group. All right, so let's get to our guests that are here with Unity Point Health. It's a place that I've spent quite a bit of time over the last few years. To my right, Kimberly Sprague is here, and then Kim Dayton is here. It's so good to see both of you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you tell everybody your official titles, because they're kind of, I don't want to say they're a mouthful, but I don't want to get them wrong. So Kimberly, we'll start with you. What is your official title at Unity Point Health? And then I want to talk about the connection that we have.
Okay, well, I'm an advanced registered nurse practitioner, certified nurse midwife.
See, now listen, I would have got that totally wrong. Advanced
registered nurse practitioner, specialized as a certified nurse midwife.
Gee, and it fits on a business card, right?
Yes.
It's just all acronyms. The best, it says. Yeah. Kim, what about you? Do you have as long of a thing?
I am the senior clinic administrator of OB Peds and Surgery.
Oh, jeez. We wouldn't have had enough space on the graphics. Give me this. This is Steve over here. He's always got these great notes, and he's apparently on the low booze diet, is what he's saying. Look at this guy. He could have a whole career in the art business. Jeez, I don't know if we can approve of the
booze
low
diet.
booze diet, but that's what Steve would like you to see. The low booze diet.
And how much weight did you lose on that one?
He lost a lot. All right, so before we get to why you're really here, it's working fine. Yeah. Before we get to why you're really here, and it's an important subject to talk about, I think 2 out of 3 of my kids that have been born, so I have 3 kids, Henry's 7, Ted's 5, Lucy's 15 months. I think 2 out of the 3 you've literally brought into the world. And we have this amazing story, and I've shared this on the show. When Lucy was born, it was quick. So it was like, time to go, and Kimberly Spragg was like, working the whole all-night thing, and I'll never forget this. And I can't remember which one wonderful nurse it was, if it was Melissa or whomever, but they're all great. I call it the baby floor, the birthplace, whatever you call it. The baby floor is better, I think. But that's just my opinion. They're like, well, we got to go wake up Kimberly. She's like asleep, and I guess there's some room you can catch it. So you like came in, and you're like, and you like they literally put the stuff on you, and here's the baby. It was that fast. I'm like, holy moly, that's just part of your day. Like, I mean, for us, it was like, oh my gosh, it's our first girl, and she was smaller than the boys, because my boys were both really big. But I mean, how many, just this week, have there been babies born in Muscatine at Unity Point Health?
Yep, there's
It's
always babies
absolutely
born.
wild to me that that's what you get to do every day. And it feels like every time I've had a kid, there's been some type of baby boom. I mean, I remember when Henry was born in 2012, the place was rocking. It was almost a full house, and same thing with Ted in 2014. It was a little bit more quiet with Lucy. But yeah, talk about that. I mean, what an incredible experience you get to have with these families, right? I mean,
absolutely.
It's wild.
Yeah, people ask me a lot, does it ever get old? Does it ever get routine?
Sure.
And I'm like, never. Every birth is awesome. Every birth is unique. I never get tired of it.
Yeah, and
it's a privilege.
Now, you know that with Henry, my wife still gives me a hard time with Henry. They're like, you want to cut the cord? And I'm like, yeah. Well, I never cut a cord in my life. I don't know what to do. And I didn't cut it all the way. I don't know if it was you or Kim Weissman, I can't remember, who was there at the time. They're like, you got to cut it again. And I was like, I don't want to cut it again. I already did, so I cut it twice. You get a clean cut. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do this again. But these are just these experiences that people have. But yeah, I just think it's so fascinating that's, and I know that's not all that you do, certainly, but what an incredible miracle to be a part of. Like, holy moly. And then as the recipient of that kid, you're like, oh gosh, it's a little person again. I'm not ready for this. But we're here to talk about January is Cervical Health Awareness Month, and I believe it's also Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so for the women out there that are watching, we're hoping that they come to get an annual check, and this is where I don't know a lot, right? But I understand a little bit. So hopefully, most women have an OBGYN that they see, right?
Yep.
And they should be every year. Is it? I really don't know. So I want to be as informative as we can.
Things are changing a lot.
Okay.
It used to be always every year you got a Pap test every year. And as we've learned more about cervical cancer and we've learned more about HPV, things are changing a little bit.
Sure.
You still need an annual exam every year. There's a lot of things that we check besides just doing a Pap test. But as we've learned more about HPV, we have changed how frequently people get Pap tests. It used to be every year period, and now it's like, well, it depends on the age, depends on results, depends on if we've done HPV. You may be a candidate to get a Pap once a year, once every 3 years, once every 5 years.
Holy moly. So, Kim, does that, and this is weird with the Kimberly Kim thing, but Kim, for you, does that mean that it's, I don't want to say it's slowed down, but certainly, I mean, it seems like it's always busy at the hospital and there's a lot of moving parts, but, I mean, has that helped as far as getting people in, since that maybe there's not as much traffic all at once? Like, not everybody's coming in at the same time, but have you noticed any, like, differences in when people are coming in? Because it doesn't have to be as frequent. I thought it still had to be yearly.
Well, that's the thing is even though you're not getting a Pap every year, you still have to come in yearly for your annual exam.
Okay.
Right.
See, and again, I don't know this. I mean,
well,
certainly
that's a common misconception, because people think they come in for their annual just for their Pap test, but really we're doing a whole lot of other things. We're making sure we're screening for breast cancer. We're making sure we do a full exam. We're looking, as your gynecologist, we're taking care of the health in the area that most people don't even look.
Right. And
so we're looking at skin abnormalities. We're looking at for infections. We're looking at those types of things as well every year.
And what is it? I mean, it seems like, and I don't want to say that men don't pay as much attention to their health as they should, but I mean, that seems to be the case sometimes. Are women guilty of it as well? Is it as we get older that we're like, because admittedly, didn't get skip my eye exam this last year. Probably not. I just got glasses at 34. I'm 36. I missed the eye exam.
Yeah.
But
I'm calling your eye doctor.
Well, it's Dr. Walsh. He was just on the show, Kimberly. He knows. You don't think he knows?
We'll get you in there.
Knows.
We'll get you scheduled.
Yeah, well, listen, all right. I didn't think I was going to made to feel uncomfortable on my own show this morning. But it happens, right? Like we get busy and then we make excuses, and that's where, unfortunately, things like, God forbid, a cervical cancer could show up. Is it the type of cancer that can come on quickly? Again, I don't know.
It's actually considered a pretty slow progressing,
okay.
And so that's where we have the advantage of if you do your screenings. Well, basically, we've learned a whole lot more about it in the years. We know that HPV is the main cause of cervical cancers. And so now when we do Pap tests, we do what we call co-testing, which is we can check the cells to make sure they're normal, but we can also check to see if somebody is a carrier of HPV.
Gotcha.
And then if they're a carrier of HPV, we can also check and say, well, is it a low-risk type that we can pretty much ignore, or is it a high-risk type that we need to follow closely?
Sure.
If people are a carrier of the high-risk type of HPV, then we know, okay, you do need to be checked every single year.
Gotcha.
And we need to be surveilling that very closely so that we can intervene before it ever becomes cervical cancer. If people have a normal PAP or they have a low-risk HPV or no HPV, then they may only need to be screened every 3 years or every 5 years, depending on their age.
150 types of this. Look at that on the screen. I'm sorry. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So part of, obviously, with the screenings and getting patients in to be seen, a lot of the job has to probably be educational as well, right? And talking about ways that you can prevent things like HPV with safe sex or whatever. So that's a whole other thing, right? Because the last thing that you want to have to tell somebody is, hey, here's the results and this is kind of what we're looking at. Again, that's, we talk about helping a baby be born is like maybe the best part of the job. And then there's tough parts as well, right? I mean, having conversations like that are definitely challenging, and great information that we can see from the website, which is good. But I guess, is it different strokes for different folks? Do you have a different approach with everybody that you see as far as patients?
Well,
certainly everybody's different.
Everything is kind of individualized, but some other great things that we have to prevent cervical cancer and problems with HPV is the new vaccines for Gardasil.
Okay.
And we can offer that, actually, they recommend to the kids as young as 9, 10, 11, really, before they're ever even exposed to the HPVs. And they recommend it for boys and girls.
And that changed within the last, 10 years or less, right? Because Kim, I think within the last 15 years, I got a shot in my fanny, and I was like, okay. It's not a fun place to get a shot, but whatever. It was like right in the side. But that's something that who would have thought that it would have benefits, right? Because it wasn't designed that way. But and that's what's so fascinating. Everything that you've mentioned so far, technology continues to change, improve, and it seems like it's making things a lot more efficient on your end, right? Because your goal is to not see people all the time. If you can see them once a year and they're good to go, hey, all right, see you next time, right?
Right. Well, and it's, if you can prevent, there's a lot of interventions that have to happen if someone has cervical cancer, and if you can prevent all of that, that's awesome.
Yeah. Kim, as far as in Kimberly S, Kim D, as far as in the office at the hospital, that's where the crew is at. How many providers do we have? Do you know offhand how many folks with OB/GYN at least are in there?
Well, for OB/GYN right now, we just have Kimberly Sprague and Sandy Ball.
Okay.
And then, of course, we have for peds Jenny Weber
Yes.
and Dr. Glosso.
Awesome.
And actually, all of our family practice doctors and providers, they provide the HPV vaccine as well.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. A little bit of info on Kimberly Sprague on the website right there. Pediatric, right?
Yep.
Just for the folks out there. So, pediatric doctor dealing with the babies primarily, or is it till a certain age, or what?
Up to 18.
Yep.
Up to 18. Okay. See, I don't know all this. So I want to make sure that we get all the info out there. Again, we're talking cervical health awareness, cervical cancer awareness for January. Getting that screening done probably just as easy as calling, right? I mean, I'm sure your schedule is very busy, but as far as making that call, I don't know, Kim, is it just a matter of calling the office and seeing when you can get in? I know we're just we're in the start of a new year. People's insurance may have changed, but hopefully that's something that's just covered, right? As preventative. That's always a thing with insurance. If it can be something that's preventative, they want you to get it done, like a flu shot or that annual physical or screening. But this is different from a physical, right? This is not technically a physical, or is it?
It's a well woman exam.
Well woman exam?
Well woman exam.
Where's the well man exam?
Not in the OB-GYN office.
Right. Listen, we're having a tough time for guys out here. I don't know if you know this, Kimberly, but it's a tough road for us guys in this society. Well woman exam. That's interesting. So it encompasses everything. To your point, you did mention checking for breast cancer. So you can kind of do everything in one fell swoop. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. Yeah, and I think I just hope, and I know I just said that I missed the eye exam, but I had a physical, right? I got that done. I have a good rapport with providers. Our boys, they see Cindy Burr sometimes too much, right? I mean, 'tis the season. Would you just tell people to wash their hands? I just try and wash my hands. Yeah. Right? Is that the secret? Oh, this town.
Huge.
This town's got like RSV and influenza B. I feel like it's everywhere. Maybe it's. Yeah. Is it on the table? I don't know. But has it? Do you feel like it's been worse this year or what?
I think there's been an increase of the RSV for sure.
It's scary.
Yeah. But hand washing is awesome.
Yeah.
Also at home.
Sure.
Clean weird things like doorknobs and cell phones and refrigerator handles. And
nothing weird about that.
All those things that the whole family touches, because that helps.
I am the Clorox wipe king of Muscatine. I clean every doorknob. We have the Lysol spray. My wife thinks I'm cray-cray, but sometimes you just got to air out the house after that. What about, and I don't know if you have numbers or stats, and it's a weird thing to ask, but with respects to cervical cancer cases in Muscatine County, do we know if we're higher than the rest of the state? And again, I'm not trying to rank us per se, but just to drive the point home that it is something serious and that you got to get that screening done.
Yeah. I don't know about cervical cancer, but for Muscatine County, for breast cancer, it is high, and it's one of the highest in Iowa. So.
Oh, geez, Louise. Yeah. So again, that whether it's done at the well woman exam, that's what you called it. Was it another W? Well woman exam. Whether it's done then or if it's just an annual mammogram, paying attention to it. And I think that, and again, I know that we all get busy, but it's really just in our best interests. And especially if your insurance covers it, then it doesn't cost you anything but your time. How long does a well woman exam typically take, time-wise?
Probably 20 to 30 minutes at the most.
That's it, right? I mean, that's fantastic. You just get it done, and then it's just something that you check off your list. Do you feel like there's any misconceptions around cervical health or the well woman exams? Anything that we can convey to the folks that are watching? Like the HPV thing, maybe people don't think it's as serious as it is. Is there anything, like any...
Well, I think some of the controversial things, when the HPV vaccines first came out and they were suggesting that children 9, 10, 11 would get the vaccine, parents were like, what? You know, but the reality is you want that on board so they have the immunity before they ever become sexually active, you know. And there was also some controversy when it came out and they were suggesting that boys be vaccinated.
Sure.
And I think that's all kind of, people are realizing the benefit, and if you can prevent cervical cancer, you can, that's the whole goal, is to prevent it so we don't have to treat it.
Right, exactly. And if it's an uncomfortable moment with the shot, then so be it. The technology is so important to what you both do, but then the continuous education, continuous learning, I imagine you have to do what does that look like in a year? I mean, you're both probably going to different seminars or learning as much as you can, adding more acronyms to your title, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
always. As many. Always.
They have the backside of the business card. But I mean, that's important to being in the healthcare business, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be up on everything.
Yeah, and that's, everyone who has a, license nursing, our MAs, or our doctors, our nurse practitioners, everybody has a certain set criteria of continued education that we do.
Sure.
And we're always trying to stay current on the recommendations, guidelines. We have national guidelines, and follow those.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you went to school long enough, and now you're like, I gotta keep learning stuff, but it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And I think the thing that I find that can be challenging is whether it is cervical health or cold and flu season, people get on the smartphone and they do a Google search, and it's like, guess what? The internet's not always accurate, and you've got this great My Nurse program still, right? Is that available for after hours? People can call. So Unity Point Health has done a great job of trying to say, listen, we've got good info, real facts. Here's how you can access it, whether it's on the website, on social, with that My Nurse, in person. Yeah. But I mean, that's also got to be part of it, right? I mean, I imagine several times a week people say, well, I looked it on the internet and it said this, and you're like, no.
And, there's pretty good information out there.
Sure.
I mean, a lot of people, I think, do a really good job of, knowing, and they have a lot more knowledge because they can access it. Sometimes where we get into trouble is how they apply it. Sometimes
Gotcha.
It's like,
right.
Like you can talk about the symptoms of cervical cancer, and they're actually very similar to, if you had a vaginal infection. And so, you can come in thinking, oh my gosh, I have all the symptoms of cervical cancer. It's like, no, we just need an antibiotic, you're good. So that's where your health practitioner, you got to rely, on being screened, being checked.
And that can be scary. We all know
teamwork.
that, right? If you do that search and you're like, oh my gosh, I think I need to go to the ER right now, right? Like if you can take pause and save yourself the anxiety. Well, listen, I appreciate you both being here. It's just such a fun thing for me to have had 3 kids. I'm like, Team Unity Point Health. Like, I don't know why people, and this is just my opinion, but I've said this for years. We weren't even living in Muscatine when Henry was born. We were living in Rock Island. He was born in March of 2012. But this is Casey's hometown. She loved everybody, and I was like, cool. So we did the birth class with Luann. It was amazing. I was singing. Is she retired or is she still working?
She's retired.
God, she was a saint, that woman. She told me the best advice when we were just getting ready to leave the hospital, which is the most terrifying experience ever. First kid, you don't know what to do. These nurses, they've been taking care of you. And then Luann said, just listen to what people say and just let it go out the other ear. But it was such practical, great advice.
Yes. Yeah.
And I mean, I've just, what I was going to say is people that leave town to have kids, I don't want to say I get it, because I don't know if you've been around a person that's like got a water that's breaking or about to break, but usually like a 30 or 40 minute car ride is not something they want to do. Right? I'd rather go 4 minutes from my house to Trinity's birthplace, or the baby floor, if you'll allow it. And we just had great experiences. So I appreciate everything that everybody does. And I mean, it's just wild for me to have that connection with you, Kimberly, where you're just like woke up from your slumber and you're like, oh, here's this baby. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you do that? So thanks for being here. And for everybody watching, please, ladies, women that are out there, get that exam, reach out, get it taken care of. January, again, Cervical Health Awareness Month, but also at the same time Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. And anything we can do to shine a light. And I know that these can be tough subjects for people to talk about or to hear be spoken about, but I'm all about that, right? It needs to happen. People need to know, and they also need to know that we have got so many great healthcare options in town. It's a big deal, and Unity Point Health has just continued to grow, and it's awesome. All right, you're off today, really? No babies? You can get not even on call?
Not today.
Okay. I was so worried, like, we're going to be doing the interview, and Kimberly's going to be like, I'll be right there. I have to go. Well, thank you very much. It's great to see you, Kimberly.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Listen, visit our friends at Unity Point Health for everything you need, right? I think Lucy has to follow up with Doug Dawson, ENT. So, I mean, we see everybody. I saw Cindy Burr in the store last week here at Hy-Vee. So it's just great. All right, are we going to go? Okay, perfect. We'll go to the Toyota Muscatine Cart Cam, and we'll send Kimberly and Kim on their way. And then we're going to talk to Brett Olson with the Muscatine Community Y in just a second, where that place is just busy this time of year. Holy moly. Almost had to park in Brett's spot the other night. It was so busy.
And he's got this nice VIP spot right next to the building. He doesn't want you to know that, though. I don't know if he really does. Maybe I just double parked. So here we go, Toyota Muscatine Car Cam. It's January 8th, New Year's resolutions. 'Tis the season. I'm doing one, right? Back on the low-carb diet wagon, trying to make a good change in my life. And if you're committed to doing that, you can stop by places like Hy-Vee, come to the Health Market. How you doing, buddy? And get 10% off everything on Wellness Wednesday. It's just fantastic. So Steve's got the Toyota Muscatine Car Cam. You can see the Health Market in that shot. Everything in there, 10% off. There's Tara Riggin, who's helping out with Aisles Online, the most rapidly growing part of this business. People shopping online. It's crazy. Tara Riggin's wonderful. Health Market, awesome place. Everything you need. Biggest selection of vitamins in Muscatine. And it's all 10% off. I have to continuously remind my mom that the vitamins are also 10% off because she always comes to the store on Wednesday. My mom, Sheila, shout out to her. And she always asks me, she's like, are the vitamins included? And I'm like, Mom, everything in the Health Market. Even the healthy frozen pizzas. And I'm like, I don't know if there's such thing as a healthy frozen pizza, but yes, Mom, it would be 10% off. And there's all the vitamins you can see right there. So if you're committed to it, making a change, Health Market, 10% off everything. Organic produce, 10% off everything. And then health and beauty care items. So if I do need to get some of that HD makeup to look presentable on this show, or maybe it's just, you know what I need to buy today? This is boring. I need to buy body wash. Nobody ever wants to buy body wash. Why don't I just buy 4 bottles and just stick 3 in the closet, right? I'm out. And that's not a good feeling. And if I'm going to be honest, and Brett's going to laugh, and that's okay. You know what else I need to buy? I need to buy deodorant.
It's a good thing to have.
I need deodorant. You know whose deodorant I'm using today? My wife's. She doesn't even know that. Now she does. I'm out there. It's kind of nice. It's like a rose, it's a fresh scent. Maybe I'll buy women's deodorant today. All right, enough about me. Let's get to Brett Olson, who's here. He is the boss with the Muscatine Community Y, executive director.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. So, at the Y, Monday night.
Crazy.
Coming around. Yeah, so we moved, so we're in Heritage Heights, so we're coming down Hauser onto Cedar, my son Henry and I. We hit the roundabout, and I can just see your lot.
It's full.
It's full, but it's great, Brett, and I will never, we've had a Y membership for 7 years. I will never begrudge the person that is at the Y because this is for them New Year's resolution time. And I want them to feel welcomed, comfortable. Your staff does a great job with that. I say that more for other people out there because you'll see some memes and stuff online that kind of take shots at people that are doing that. But so what?
Yeah, you hope that they come in, and obviously it's crazy busy in January, but you hope that they feel welcome, they get kind of in a routine, and then they're hooked because we want people to be healthy. We're all about healthy living, and so unless you start a routine and maintain it, you're not going to be healthy.
Well, and I think the best part, and this is just in my experience, but it's a shared experience with all the renovations that have happened at the Y, you don't really feel that. You look at the lot, and that's the experience I had Monday. I looked at the lot, and I was like, oh my goodness. And Henry, my son, wanted to go run on the track. It wasn't busy back there. There was a full court basketball game going on. But Brett, you've got so much space. I mean, it wasn't like we waited in line to scan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, in the past, we couldn't handle those January Monday crowds.
Right.
Now, with the weight room redone, we picked up a lot of square footage with removing the track there, with a lot more equipment. So now, all of a sudden, it disperses people. With 2 gyms, that's a lot of kids you can have playing basketball and other things, and pickleball on certain days. And the track's bigger. And it's flat, and people really love the flat track because most people walk. We don't have a lot of runners, we have a lot of walkers, and they don't want the bank. The bank works great if you're an elite runner. I don't have a lot of elite runners. I have a lot of runners and joggers and walkers. So we just have so much more space. It's turned out so nice. And then just for little kids, you've got little kids that have played in that Kids Adventure Center. You can't beat it.
You cannot. It is unbelievable. The Hy-Vee Adventure Center.
Yeah, it's the Hy-Vee. You're right. It's the Hy-Vee Adventure Center.
So nice. It's like this other, and for my son that's 7, I mean, he literally wants to run. So I'm like, cool. So I got some wireless earbuds, and I'm just taking some laps on the track, and he's getting after it. And then I'm like, do you want to go to the Adventure Center? And he's like, we'll see if it's busy in there. And I'm like, is that good or bad? Well, if there's too many little kids. And
he's
I'm
getting
like,
too
you're
old.
7. No, he's not. It's the coolest thing ever. But he's just trying to be like, well, if I don't know anybody in there, and I'm like, all you do is talk to people, get in there. Yeah. But then there's sometimes we go to the Y, Brett, and he's like, I want to go to Y play, and I'm like, see you later. I'm gonna get on an elliptical.
Yeah, that's such a huge benefit for parents that you can't always afford a babysitter, or if it's just a quick hour.
Yeah.
But if you're working out and you drop your kids off in Y play, they're taken care of, and it allows you to get some exercise and a little bit of free time.
Yep.
It's great. But that Kids Adventure Center, you're right. It's the Hy-Vee Kids Adventure Center. It's busy all the time.
Super cool.
So my office is just on the other side of that.
I was gonna say
the wall isn't exactly soundproof, so I know it gets a lot of use because I can hear the kids all day long, which is a great thing.
You can blame Jim Simmons and Matt Schweitzer for not putting enough insulation in there or whatever.
Their check was really big, but I needed to just be a tad more for some more
just
insulation. Just a
little bit more sound dampening. People often describe this store as like a mall because there's a lot of different amenities, Starbucks. The Y is truly something for everyone. Again, I walk in Monday and there's something going on in the teen room, and then there was a Special Olympics basketball practice. I mentioned there were a bunch of guys just playing a pickup game in the new gym, and then there was something in the conference room, and it's so great. There's so many moving parts. I wonder, for you, the guy that's in charge, is it a lot to manage, or have you done it long enough now and you have so many good people in place that it's just this organism that
there's so much going on, so it's a little crazy at times, but yet I have great people. So when you talk about those events going on, Special Olympics was happening that night.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to run Special Olympics. That's what Jason's doing. And he does a great job.
Yep.
And so, or Big Brothers Big Sisters was happening, and so Lindsay takes care of that. And so I have great people. Amy was obviously running something in the teen center, so we have kids in there. And last night Amy had a great Nerf gun wars, like a teen apocalypse, zombie apocalypse event, and they were having a blast. And so those people all are creative and do great things, and so it makes my job so much easier. Of just making the parts move together.
And what's big for 2020, and we're looking at the website, which is great, seeing some of those awesome faces that are, been at the Y for a while. We have David Casas on the show tomorrow. Magic class, who'd have thought? A magic class at the Y, it makes total sense.
Yeah, great opportunity for kids. I think they'll have a blast.
But the biggest thing for 2020 is with your classes, and I know that demo week is going on now. So for someone, and correct me if I'm wrong, for someone that maybe doesn't even have that membership yet, they could come to a class.
They can come try a class this week for free. Just bring their photo ID if they're over 18. That's the key.
Perfect.
But the class is free, and then for all of our members, all the classes are free.
Now,
so in the past, we charged for a few of them.
Right.
Now we're not going to charge for any of them for members.
So
it's a big incentive to be a member.
That is unbelievable news. I mean, I feel like, I don't know if you get that on a billboard or get that plastered on but if you're a member of the Y and you see these classes and you've always wanted to try, or maybe Pat Church is always harassing you into coming to Zumba, not that she's ever done that to me all the time. I love Pat, but my goodness. Now I can go and there's no cost. Yeah, it's for everybody that's a member, Brett. This is incredible.
Yeah, so it's whether you want to do Zumba or group strength and you just didn't want to pay that fee, or yoga. If you take yoga classes can get kind of pricey.
Sure.
But if you have a Y membership, all those yoga classes are free.
I mean, this is a big darn deal for everybody that's watching. I hope you understand that. And there's folks that have had, I've had, membership 7 years. You probably have people that have had Y memberships for 30, 40 years. I mean, what an unbelievably great amenity. So once again,
we think it's a huge benefit for a member.
It is, and you continue to do that. And it's, I don't know, and I'm not going to say that other Ys aren't doing the same thing, because we're not here to talk about other Ys, but certainly in Muscatine, what a unique building. And now to continue to evolve and to offer these classes at no cost to your members is just, it's brilliant.
And I would put our, I think it's great for me. We have so many corporate guys and gals in this town. They travel a lot, and so they see a lot of Ys. And they're amazed when they come back. It's like, wow, we didn't realize how good our Y is, or how nice our other folks have never traveled anywhere, so they don't have a comparison. But when you've got some folks at Han or Kent and they're traveling all over the country, they see, and I would put our Y up against pretty much any of them, especially in the state, because we have so much space and so many amenities, and it's clean and it's nice. We've got a great facility.
And it's all, it all works so well. And to your point, you have such a great staff. Everybody there, they're there for the right reasons, and that's where we come back to this time of year. You know, and if you're watching, I just hope you're encouraged if you just got that Y membership for the first time and you're like, oh my gosh, this place is amazing. It is, and keep going. Use it, right?
Yep.
Maybe you've never even like jumped in that amazing, 2 pools or the hot tub.
You come and relax in the hot tub.
You know how, Brett, all I want to do, why am I not doing this? I'm having an epiphany, if you'll allow it. Why don't I take the kids to Y Play, and then I just go sit in the hot tub for an hour.
Sit in the hot tub and relax.
What am I doing with my life? I don't have a hot tub. That's the best idea I've never even thought of. Like, yeah, you guys go to Y Play. I'm going to go sit in a hot tub for an hour and have peace and quiet.
And relax.
Holy mackerel. And maybe get on an elliptical or whatever. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I just hope that people
It's a great time to come. And I think there's a lot of people who have never been there and are overwhelmed because their perception is, I don't know about how the machines work, which we can show you. They also think that everybody in my facility is going to be, between the age of 20 and 30 and absolutely ripped and in great shape. And that's not the norm. We have everything. We have little kids and old folks and every fitness level in between. So you'll find an activity or an event that you like. So you shouldn't be intimidated or scared to come try it because nobody knows if this is your first day or you've been a member for 30 years.
Well, and you're right. I mean, the demographics on Monday night alone, I saw every age, every body type. We really have the whole gamut. It's great.
We have, every person imaginable is in that facility. So it's nice, a great opportunity.
Like I said, to be able to have that space, to have gone through the renovations, and now at your busiest, time of the year, to not have to feel that swell. I mean, maybe it's overwhelming, but it's not as condensed as it once was. It's just fantastic. It makes all of that shuffling of offices and all
it was all worth it. That year was a little challenging, but the end result is awesome. And like Monday, of course, the first Monday in January is truly January 1st for us because that's when people decide to get in their new routine. So we had, I think, 1,200 people come to the Y on Monday to give you an idea of the volume we had.
That is unbelievable. Now, you do have the luxury, and I don't want to talk about construction because of we're just a year removed from all of this great renovations, but Brett, you do have all of this land, so should things continue at this rate, on this good path, this trajectory, you do have an opportunity. Should you need to expand, I don't know if that's even something that's being thought of or anything that you would like to see.
They certainly, 30 years ago planned this out well. It was a big move from the downtown out to that spot, but we're not landlocked, and they really thought that through so that if life is great and we're just growing and growing, we have room to expand and grow. There's a lot of Ys that are, locked in a certain spot and they have to start over.
I mean, there's one in like downtown Davenport that's literally, right?
Yeah.
I'm not wrong.
And so they're building a new facility because,
are they really? See,
because they're landlocked. So we're certainly blessed with having all that space.
Sure.
It's a great thing for us.
So we can say right now the Y is putting in a giant water park, and that's what'll be coming. No, I'm kidding. That would not make any sense at all. But you do have all that land.
We do have land,
and it is a fantastic facility, and we use it all the time. And again, my whole hope is that for people out there to not feel discouraged. But then the biggest takeaway from this interview is, if you're a member, those classes are free.
They're free.
That
Come
is huge.
Come and try them and so you take one of them and you don't like it. Well, then try a different one.
Right.
You'll find one that you like.
Oh, yeah.
That is your liking. But you don't have to worry about spending a few dollars.
Sure.
And our rates are really cheap. We have some of the cheapest rates in the state, maybe the cheapest rates in the state, which is pretty impressive. And we're blessed because we have so many members, so we're able to keep them low. We certainly manage our funds well. We try to stretch those dollars.
And I certainly can't speak to this because when I worked at Hahn briefly for 6 months, they paid for half of the membership.
Which is huge.
Does that still exist?
Yeah. So H&I and Kent both pay half, which is unheard of.
Right.
So we're really blessed that both of those companies really want to invest in the health and the wellness of their members. And it benefits us, it benefits them, it benefits Muscatine. So it's a great thing for us.
So if you're out there and you're watching and you work at an H&I company or Kent and all their different offshoots, why not? You're not going to be out anything. Really.
If you're working at those places and you get paid weekly, they only take half of the amount, and so weekly awesome. It's a few dollars that you'll never notice. But then you've got a Y membership, or your family has a Y membership, and your kids have a place to come.
Yeah,
we'll have one forever. I mean, I'm not moving anywhere, right? I just bought the second house, so I'm here. And yeah, regardless of what we use the Y for, right? We're there often, and I've never, and even if with 1,200 people on Monday, found a parking spot. Yep. Didn't have to walk. You know what I mean? Like your lot wasn't at capacity. I've never seen it where there's been no spots.
Yeah, it gets close,
right?
You know, at 5 o'clock, but there's always some spots,
sure.
And so we have two big parking lots. Mm-hmm. It's worked out well. But
well, it's a good place to be, and if you're out there again, and if you you still haven't been to the Y since things have changed, I would challenge you to go there and experience it for yourself. The classes being free are fantastic, and everything else that goes on. And Amy's coming back on to talk about some of her events, and
great.
Jason will be here, and Lindsay. I think Amy and Lindsay are both here next week. So there's so much going on, but it's great for someone like me because it's all good stories to tell.
Yep.
Right? The Y is a great success story for Muscatine and everybody that got behind that, because it definitely took a lot of work.
Yeah, we raised $7 million from about 500 different people or organizations. And so we're proud to say we raised all $7 million. And we spent all $7 million, and we didn't go over. We saved a few bucks, and it turned out it was well invested.
And what a great picture on the screen, right? Just this past summer, Hawkeye basketball camp at the Y.
Yeah, that was pretty unique. So they do lots of basketball camps in Iowa City, of course. They don't go on the road. Mm-hmm. We were lucky because of our connection with Joe. You know, Joe grew up at the Y and spent a lot of time there, and so they wanted to do a camp in his hometown. And we had a great participation, and they're planning on coming back this coming summer.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah, so we're pretty excited about that, because you can see even in that picture that's showing, you know, Joe was there all week, and so was C.J. Frederick. Coach McCaffrey was down a few days, but then there's Connor McCaffrey and there's Luka Garza. We had a lot of players down there. The kids absolutely loved it, and we're excited to have them back.
I think it's a testament to the character, and I certainly know that a lot of college athletes have, are of good character, but there's something about that Hawkeye uniform in any sport, whether it's football, basketball, it's important. And I think that starts with the Fran McCaffreys and the histories of the programs and the Kirk Ferences, and then of course Joe Wieskamp, a better person than he is a basketball player. But yeah, you're right. For that young person that's at that camp.
Oh yeah, these kids were in awe, and so it's nice. These are all great college kids, great young men, great role models. And I think Iowa's unique because we don't have pro sports teams.
Right.
So Hawkeye players, whatever sport it is, are held in such high regard. And these guys did a great job. They were active and participating with the kids.
And the tangibility of it, right? I mean, you can watch that team, on TV at your house.
Yeah, and you can say that was my coach in my summer league.
And there they are. And the thing is, like, regardless of the path of these current Hawkeye basketball players, a lot of them may find themselves in, whatever role they're going to get into. A lot of them seem to find their way back to basketball, so they might be coaching. So what a good experience for them at the same time.
Oh yeah, it's a great opportunity. The parents all loved it. I think they were as excited as the kids to come in there and watch and take pictures and get autographs. And we're excited to have them back.
That's cool. I didn't even know that was going to happen. I was going to ask you that, but they answered it for me. So Hawkeye basketball camp coming back.
It'll be this summer.
Maybe we'll have to have yourself and Joe back on
the show. We'll get Joe back on to.
Oh darn it! That would be
as a
too
commercial.
Bad. Yeah, well, Joe Wieskamp been on the show twice, and always
probably brings your viewership up a little bit.
Oh, just a hair.
Just a little bit.
Bobby Hansen will be on soon too.
There you go.
Bobby's a great guy.
Yep.
I don't know if you've ever held an NBA championship ring, but after I fainted, that's incredible. I mean, that's a guy, normal as can be, lives in the Cedar Rapids area, does color commentary with Dolph for Hawkeye basketball, stops by the store to sign a couple things for me for a charity thing. And then he just goes, I got the ring. And I'm like,
you want to see it?
Can I see? Yes, I want to see the championship ring that you won with my Chicago Bulls when you played with Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And he was just like, here you go. And I was like, I can't hold a championship ring. It was crazy. So, and of course we hope, there's Bob right there. We hope that, Joe Wieskamp, by all accounts, Brett, he possesses the skills to play at that next level.
I would not bet against that kid. He is a great ball player, great kid, works tremendously hard, and he'll do great things. I mean, he's already done great things, but he'll continue to do great things.
And it's just so great. I was at the Y a couple weeks ago, and Joe's dad, Steve, was there just shooting around with his younger brother. I can't think of his
Luke.
name. Luke, yeah.
Yep.
They're just shooting around. How's it going, Tony? I'm like, hey guys, good. So you never know who you're going to run into at the Y, and that's fantastic about the Hawkeye Hoops camp coming back. Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
It's good to see you. Thanks for having us on.
Listen, don't be surprised if the Y is busy. Just don't be surprised and be friendly.
Bring a smile and have fun.
Yeah, that's all you're there for. Like, if you go at 5:01 and it's busy, it's going to be busy at 5:01.
It's going to be busy at 5:01.
6:01. And I saw that because we got there about 6:15, so we were just kind of coming down.
Oh, yeah, it would start to dwindle a little bit. People come right after work. Yep.
I just want people to be nicer to each other. And it exists at our Y. Our Y is very friendly, but no stigma surrounded this New Year's resolution. Let's just encourage people to better themselves.
Get on the right track. Yep.
Yeah, and now you can take that Zumba class. By the way, real quick, pickleball, yes or no for you? Are you a pickleballer?
You know, I haven't played since they've been doing it because it's just when I'm working always. But I played pickleball in middle school, if you can believe it, with Joe's dad, with Steve Wieskamp. So Steve and I learned pickleball when we were in middle school. When it was probably like brand new, because that's a long time ago. It's a fun game. I'm amazed the amount of pickleball players we have.
So you're saying that the Olsen Wieskamp pickleball, that could be the dream team, is what you're saying?
It could be. We were pretty good in 8th grade.
Holy moly. You just had a big tournament. We saw a picture.
Big tournament on New Year's Eve. It was fun. But Friday nights,
it's crazy.
Amy and Mel wanted to do Friday night pickleball, and I thought nobody's going to come on Friday night to play pickleball, right? We'll have 40 people in there playing pickleball, and they're waiting, and they're upset that they got to take their turns. So pickleball has blown up. It's crazy.
And they're getting after it.
Oh, it's a good workout. It's a good workout.
Oh, I can't do it, but I admire.
I had to add some ceiling fans down there because they're working so hard. So it's a good thing.
Look at that! The trophies were inflatable pickles. Come on now.
They had a blast.
That was the best idea ever. I love the Y.
It's a fun activity.
I'm all in. All right, we'll let you get out of here. But yeah, what a great place it is. It looks so good. I think there was Mel right in that.
There was Mel playing. Yeah, she loves pickleball.
Gosh,
loves
does
pickleball.
Mel ever run out of energy? The answer is no.
No. Energizer Bunny.
Off switch for Mel. All right, we'll go CBI Bank and Trust Isle Cam, and we'll let Brett go back to the busiest place in Muscatine. 1,200 people on Monday is just fantastic. Good for you, buddy. Thank you very much. All right, so a live look inside the store, thanks to our friends at CBI Bank and Trust. Shout out to B.O.B. Bob Howard and the crew. Of course, we've got the CBI Superbank here at Hy-Vee. If you need anything, they can get you taken care of. So they're open on Sunday, right? I always forget that. They're open on Sunday. So if you need to do some banking on Sunday, they're here. So go see that crew, and they'll get you taken care of. Now, we do have a job board, Chad. I reckon we had a job board from our friends at Team Staffing, so we can get that ready, and we'll mention that. Team Staffing Solutions, 109 Lake Park Boulevard, across from Happy Joe's. They do a great job. The whole crew over there, their whole thing is to get people a job. That's what it's all about. Yes, thank you very much. That is perfect. Awesome. So the Y is giving us like 3-day punch cards for everybody that does our weight loss contest here at the store. So that's awesome. I'm going to grab these. I want to show them real quick, if I may. So shout out to Amy Hessel, and Brett delivered them. So anybody that's doing our Hy-Vee weight loss competition, you're going to get a 3-day punch pass to go to the Y for free, and that's awesome. We have about 29 people, I think, signed up for the weight loss contest, which is about 25 more than I thought we'd have. Holy moly, it's great. So, and also the new program guide, right? There's a Y in every family. Hi, friends, this is Tony Chone. There's a Y in every family, and there's a Y in Tony. I like the Y a lot. I'm all in. It's a good place. Muscatine, how about that show, right? You know what this town needs? We need Unity Point Health. We need healthcare providers and a hospital in town, and we need the Y, right? It makes sense. We've had a lot of good Muscatine serving the whole county stories the last 3 shows, so I'm happy to do that. All right, we have the job board. We'll do this. Team Staffing, they got jobs available. New year, new job. Who dis? That Mary. Mary has admin with QuickBooks. Steve, all right. It's a good one. I like it. Yeah, it's a good Y, too. Mary has some openings. You can see that. Mary is at Team Staffing, been there long time. Would love to talk to you about those opportunities. 563-316-7634. Friendly face, even friendlier person to deal with. Love Mary. She's great. Admin with QuickBooks, IT, and more. So go talk to her. There is Yoli.
has some openings, production labor, all shifts in Wapello, so keep that in mind. If you want to go to Wapello, you can call or text Yoli, 563-316-7642, another friendly face at Team Staffing Solutions. And last but not least, Jenny, we've got your number, 563-316-7634. Jenny McWade's on the screen. Structural drafter CAD, mold tech, general labor, maintenance tech. 10 to 25 bucks an hour. She'd love to talk to you. First or third shift. Call her. Again, 563-316-7634 for team staffing. The crew ready to go. Right on Lake Park Boulevard. Steve's note, why not? Why not? You're right. Go to the Y. Why not? I couldn't have said it better myself. You are an artiste. Look at this. I feel blessed. 2 colors of the Sharpie. Sticking to his New Year's resolution to write more notes. Steve. Oh, you're marvelous. We kind of have breaking news that I'm just remembering on the show, and I know we're running. We're fine. We're fine. Breaking news. So how about this? And we're going to get our friend Paul Elsoff back on the show because Lefty and the Spinners just yesterday inducted or announced that they are going into the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So how about that? Lefty and the Spinners got a nice note from Paul on Facebook. I don't know what he was doing awake at 2 a.m. I had a 15-month-old on my arm. So yes, Paul, please come back on the show. Bring the band if you want to. Lefty and the Spinners, Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2020 marks their 50th anniversary. Isn't that exciting? They've got a show coming up, I believe. It's at the Fruitland Community Center, and it's around Valentine's Day. I want to say it's Saturday, February 15th, and I don't even have I have a link. Chad, maybe I can send this to you really quick. This is what happens. We're doing this show, and I all of a sudden remember to mention things. Is this the one? Hold on here. Yeah, this is it. All right, so let me see if I can save this. Oh, let's see here. So I'm going to take a screenshot, and I'll see if I can airdrop it really quick. So Lefty and the Spinners at the Fruitland Community Center, Saturday, February 15th. It's a fundraiser for the All Veterans Memorial that they're putting in Fruitland, which is fantastic. And now, Lefty and the Spinners going into the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is awesome. So hopefully that airdrop will go through. So check that out. Lefty and the Spinners, what a big deal. You know, rocking Muscatine County and the surrounding areas for years. Super pumped for them. And yeah, what a great group of guys. So for Muscatine, and I'm sure there's other bands that have gotten in there that I can't remember off the top of my head. But certainly Lefty and the Spinners, Cruisin' being another band that has gotten in there. And yeah, it's just great. I don't know why the airdrop isn't working, but that's annoying. Let me email this really quick. This technology sometimes, like I'm sitting here with my phone. Chad's got 2 iPads. Well, how can it not work? Apple, what are you doing to me? Where like I could throw in my phone, you know what I mean? Like you could plug it in. We're that close to each other. It's not like he's around the corner in the store or something. All right, I just sent that from my email. So anyways, congratulations, Lefty and the Spinners. Super exciting for them. And want you to go to that show February 15th. 50 years of Lefty and the Spinners is great. We'll have Paul Elsoff and any of the other members that want to come on the show. I'd love to have you here. So we'll reach out. We'll get that scheduled if you'll allow it, and we'll talk to them. Today, January 8th, is National English Toffee Day. Will you have some English toffee? Does my Siri have a British accent? You tell me if Siri does. Let's check this out. What's the weather forecast for today?
It doesn't look so nice today. Down to 18 degrees.
I don't know why I like my Siri with a British accent, but, you know, I have it. So that's the whole thing. So January 8th, English Toffee Day. It's Bubble Bath Day. Maybe you'll take a bubble bath. I just would like 6 or 8 hours of sleep. That's all. It's Argyle Day for anybody that's wearing an Argyle sweater. And it is Winter Skin Relief Day. I have in my desk drawer some of that Working Hands hand lotion because, you know, I work a lot with my hands. That stuff is the best stuff ever. You put a little bit on, oh, your hands feel marvelous. They're just great. Did that email show up with the Lefty and the Spinners thing in the Gmail? Just with their little flyer for those guys. Give them a little love, and then we'll get them on the program. Steve recommending the low booze diet. He's not a doctor, but hey, you know what? Why not? Why not? To bring it all together. There it is, right there. Thank you, Chad. Lefty and the Spinners rock and roll Saturday, February 15th. Armed Forces Armory next to the Muscatine Airport. I was wrong on the location. I apologize. But close, right? Close. I was close with the rest of the details. So all veterans memorial fundraiser, dinner and dance. Don't miss it. A great time with now Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees going into the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Lefty and the Spinners. If I was still at the radio station, I'd play Lefty and the Spinners on the radio. I don't know if they're going to do that now. They're playing a lot of Imagine Dragons, which is not the same thing. All right, so before we go, let's mention a couple of things quickly. We got a brand new Hy-Vee ad that starts today, Wednesday. You found it inside your Discover Muscatine newspaper, locally owned and operated newspaper here in Muscatine. Hot deals on the front page. Cold outside, yes, Lord. Cold outside, hot deals in the store. Cold outside, hot deals. Get it? You could even just put your hands on the ad, and they would warm you up. That's how hot those deals are. So everything that's on the front page of that ad, included in those hot deals, want you to check that out, want you to come to the store and purchase everything that's on there. And a lot of it is going to help you stick to that New Year's resolution, right? So that's the whole part of that ad, is to get you healthier for the new year, right? So check that out on the front page of the ad, and we want to see you. We've also got more food court deals for today. So today is Wednesday, so everything that you can see when we show you this ad is good for Wednesday, right? Wednesday, and it's all month long. So this isn't just today. Throughout the entire month of January. Chinese entree number 1 or 2, $3.99. Pasta buffet. How about $2.99 pulled pork sandwich? Love it. And then 50% off sushi. Great. Fresh rolled every day in the store. Fresh rolled sushi, 50% off. If we look ahead to tomorrow, Thursday, we've got a 15-cent fuel saver on any breakfast. If I've already got free gas, by the way, $2.48 on my fuel saver. That is free gas. I'll have to pay 1 penny. So on Thursday, 15-cent fuel saver on any breakfast, 66-cent egg rolls, cheapest boneless wings in town, cheaper than Buffalo Wild Wings. I say that, and I can literally see Buffalo Wild Wings from where I'm sitting. No offense, our wings are better and they're cheaper. No offense. You say no offense, it makes it okay. Take a shot, right? No offense. Cheaper, better. No offense. Also, buy one, get one free soup and salad bar. Lori Aguero texting me from Starbucks. What is she texting me? We have happy hour tomorrow. Yes, of course, Lori Aguero. Good point. Happy hour for Starbucks tomorrow, 2 to 7. Buy one Starbucks drink, grande or larger. Get the second for free. Awesome. Buy one. It's empty. Get one. Get it? Buy one, get one. This is Lori Aguero sending a picture of her longtime softball coaching partner and current Muscatine Community School Board member, Denny Schur, with the caption, "This is what you do on your day off." So Denny works here in the store. He's got the day off, Denny Schur, and he came to get a Starbucks from, again, look at how bad my cuticles look. Very self-conscious about this. Let me hide it. Oh, gosh, we lost Denny. There he is. He's back. Denny Schur. Rocking the Starbucks. He's great. You see how dry my hands look? I need my lotion. Steve, what are you letting me go on TV like this? I did shave. Shameless plug, Harry's Razors. Wow. We sell them in the store. It was like $9. You don't have to go online. It was great. Little shave. Didn't cut myself, right? I think my sideburns are even. I don't want to look because I'll get more self-conscious. Anyways, Wellness Wednesday today. Every Wednesday, 10% off health market, organic produce, and HBC items. Come in and see us if you're doing that New Year's resolution. You're doing keto. We've got that Muscatine Hy-Vee keto group. Wellness Wednesday, all of that stuff, 10% off. So if you don't think I'm going to be buying some stuff today, you're tripping because I'm going to be buying a whole bunch of stuff before I leave. And I'm going to save 10% off. It's fantastic. Wellness Wednesday here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. We've still got room, I would say very limited, for the weight loss contest. Again, for everybody that participates in the wellness in the weight loss contest, you're going to get a punch card to go to the Y and a couple other different incentives for you. New year, new you weight loss challenge. You can get more details online. If you Google like Hy-Vee Muscatine, go to the web link. You'll see it on there. You can sign up online. Waiver available online. Rules. This is not open to employees, so you're not going to because I'd win probably because I'm already cutting a lot of weight, but I can't, so don't worry about that. It's open to the public, not Hy-Vee employees. Check that out. 3-day breakfast sale starts tomorrow. So everything breakfast, come to the store and load up, whether it's cereal or Nature Valley bars, everything in between. Thursday, Friday, Saturday here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Great opportunity. Stock the pantry and in the fridge, right? Hey, don't want to miss the milk or the Hy-Vee Midwest pork sausage. 16-ounce rolls. That is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. Also tomorrow, Thursday night steak dinner. I'm going a little quick because I want to wrap up. Thursday night steak dinner starting at 4 p.m. New York strip steak ready to roll for you. If you're out there, 4 till 7, 8-ounce, $10, 12-ounce, 15. Dine in, carry out. And I'm hoping to have maybe a couple add-ons available. Maybe try and get you some cheesecake or like a shrimp skewer with that. Putting it out there. And then I'll just mention aisles online. We don't have to show it. It's just shop online. It's cold outside. Winter weather coming, right? I don't know if you looked at the forecast. May have to make sure you've got shovel and some salt and milk and bread because it's going to blizzard potentially, right? Friday night maybe into Saturday. It's January and it's Iowa. So we can't be surprised, friends. We cannot. This is going to happen. So looking at the 10-day forecast, what do we got? Snow. The forecast for Friday. What is it? Rain? Oh, it's rain. Good. So just snow on Saturday, January 11th, high 26, low of 9. Woof. Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. Tomorrow, high 52. I feel like I'm getting a cold. Might have to take tomorrow off. 52. I could mow the grass. I could rake my leaves. I'm the house with the leaves. I'm that guy. I'm just leaving them at this point. I'm not raking them. You know what? This is true. Here's what I'm not going to do. My neighbors probably hate me. I got leaves all over. I got this tree I probably got to remove. It looks like it's sick. Got a sick tree. Love its tree service. And then as soon as spring shows up, I already sent my friend Shane a text with Lincoln Lawn Care. Shameless plug. I am shameless. Get those leaves out of here, Shane. Because I could do it, but for $20, $30, leave it to the experts. See what I did there? Leave the leaves to the experts. Steve was with me on that one. All right, thanks to our guests today. A lot of fun. Kimberly Sprague and Kim Dayton with Unity Point Health. Kimberly Sprague, literally 2 of my kids, she was there. She caught him. Hoot! Here's her baby. I can't remember if it was Henry. I know it was Lucy for sure. I can't remember because I have 3, and I don't know. But Kimberly Sprague, 2 out of my 3 kids. All 3 of my kids born in Muscatine at Unity Point Health. Great experience. Lucy was free because I had knee surgery from that car accident. Hit my deductible, free baby. I don't know if you know how much it costs to have a baby. About $26,000. No cost. So thank you, car accident that made me have knee surgery. I guess I had a free baby out of it, so that worked out, right? Hit that deductible is what I'm saying. Today's show is brought to you by Deductibles. Hit them. And thanks to Brett Olson with the Muscatine Community Y for joining us. Tomorrow on the show, we'll talk to Jody Hansen and Janet Clark and Dan Stein. And I don't know if I'm forgetting somebody. Muscatine Orchestra concert coming soon. Details on that. And then also tomorrow, the Magic Man, David Casas, Muscatine's own David Casas, back on the show, doing a magic class at the Y. He's very busy. Will he do any tricks on the show? I don't know. I never know what to expect. I love the guy. He's just great. I've asked him to make Steve disappear. So if he's up for that challenge, we'll try. Remember when David Copperfield made the Statue of Liberty disappear? That's what I'm asking from David Casas for Steve tomorrow. Poof, he gone. Right? He's gone. And he's just stuck in the store somewhere. We don't know where he is. He's like that bird we had for a while. He's just omnipresent. All right, thanks to CBI Bank and Trust. Thanks to Toyota Muscatine and team staffing. I'll see you tomorrow live at 8:30 or at 7:30 or 10:30 on cable. Anything you need from me, Hy-Vee today@gmail.com. We are booked solid next week. and a couple openings the week after that, and starting to book into February. So if you have any guest suggestions, local people doing good work, if you're in Wilton or West Liberty or Durant or the outerlying areas that we don't talk to enough, please let me know. Hy-Vee@gmail.com. Call me at the store, tap me on the shoulder, and say, hey, you should talk to this person. That's how it happens a lot of time, and then you'll come on the show. So thanks for watching, and I'm going to stop talking because this is one of our longest shows ever. Goodbye. What do you got over there?
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton.
Yeah, man.
This Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.